In this video, we're going to take a look at how to search inside of a string. Now, there's several different methods that we can look at to search inside of a string. Let me move this window a little bit out of the way here so it isn't confusing us. And if we come down here and look, we have an index method right here. We also have an R-index method, which is right here, which searches from the right side of your string. And finally, we have an include method right here with the question mark on there. Remember, the question mark just acts like a character. And the include method will actually look inside the string and tell you if the particular subset or substring is in there that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and first take a look at those individual instructions and look at their actual information that goes along with it. So let's look at index. So with index, we can see there's a couple of different formats that we give it. We can give it a substring and then an offset that we want to look for that substring. We can give it a number location to look for, or we can give it a regular expression. And what it returns is the index of the first occurrence of that particular pattern or whatever that we're looking for. And the fixed num in this case represents the character value in ASCII. And here we see a couple of examples here where we have an E that tells us the first location of the E, an LO, an A, and the 101, which is a particular character, and then of a pattern, and it's looking for a vowel and where it's going to go from there. So that's the index one. Let's see that in operation real quick here. Let's do IRB, a string equal. And then if we do string.index and do, say, the character one, I, it's going to give us 2. And you'll see that's 1, 0, 1, 2. So that's the third location. Remember, it's giving us the index which starts at 0, and then it'll give us it. But we can also put a whole pattern in there if we want to look and see if is that word long in there. And sure enough, it is, and it starts at character 10. So this is how you can actually go in and look at words or actually replace them if you want inside of there, and we'll see that method here in a second. Now the second one is the R-index, and we'll just look at that. All it does is it returns the index of the last occurrence of a given substring. So the last occurrence. So if we do a R-index on the I, it'll return the last I, which is 18, which is this I. So you may find particular use for that at some point. The next one method we want to look at is include. And include just returns true if the string contains the given substring or character. So here's a couple of examples, and they're just using straight up strings and running the methods right off of that without even using a variable, and asking if it contains a particular string or substring. And we can do the same on ours. And we'll look for the same one. And there you said it comes back and includes true. So that means it's a very quick and efficient way for actually searching a string quite quickly. Now, the last one that we want to look at actually isn't searching, it's actually substituting in there. And say, for example, I want to replace this long with, say, big. So what I can do is go in here and I can say, well, sub. Let's do sub, and I'll let it return a different value. And actually, let me go out and do the RI sub first so we're clear on what we're doing here. So again, we've got that similar kind of thing. We have a pattern and then a replacement, and it gives it, and the sub gives us a new string. If we put the exclamation mark on here, it's going to give us it's just going to replace whatever is in that current string there. And we have to use a regular expression if we're going to do any kind of patterns in there. And like I've said in other videos, we will be doing another set of videos later on dealing with regular expressions because they are a little bit more complex, and there's probably 4 or so videos that'll deal with that. So we'll try to do just a simple little substitution using simple string like that. Now you saw this work just fine. And as long as I'm pretty sure that there's only one occurrence of that, I should be okay. If there was multiple occurrences of it, it should replace all of them. Let's go ahead and test that theory. So we redeclared that, and we'll replace that. And you can see it just replaced the first one. So there's some few caveats that we'll have to do there, and I'm sure if we go in and did a different type of substitution, and I think the one we want is a G sub, which is global. Let me go back here and redeclare this and do a global now. That should replace all of them. So there's some simple little exercises doing searching on strings.